ちょっとはめてみて。これで魔力が上がるはずだよ。今日一日試して様子を見よう。
はい。薬指は許しませんわよ。薬指は。
Yo, this episode of Chillin' in Another World, this episode was so funny. I think this episode really showed us that as it's reliant on comedy, that's where it's home. It's not home on dealing with or showing us as the viewer. It's not home with showing us over adventure or over fantasy or magic. It's home in the comedy that surrounds the adventure and the fantasy and the romance and all of that stuff. That's where its bread and butter is. Like, I will tell you, when 𝐜𝐴 came behind the little magician girl and was like, "Don't you dare put that on your ring finger," she was like, "I won't, 𝐜𝐴." Like, I was dying from laughter. And then when she went after Balarosa or whatever she is, and she was like, "Flios, sama, help me," and 𝐜𝐴 goes, "God." She was like, "How dare you call my husband's name? This is a C-rank monster. You should be able to." Oh my God, I was dying from laughter. Like, it was just funny moment after funny moment. And then you had just like this is like a very small example. You have Blossom, who's the biggest, strongest one. Like, you know, she's like a Hulkster. She's over there. She's using her little hoe or whatever, doing the farming stuff. And she was like, "I love this so much. This is where I'm home." And he was like, Flio or whatever, Flio, whatever. He was like, where's this effort in your sword skills, bro? So I love how he assembled this group of girls who is perfectly content at doing everything else but becoming better adventurers. Then to top it off, the cat girl who serves the Demon King, I don't know, she just keeps saying meow meow. She comes to investigate Flio and 𝐜𝐴 and everything else, and he beats her in like a lot. And then she brings back dragons, and Flio is like, "Oh my God, I've never seen a real dragon before." And he goes, "Wah-bah-bah-bah," and the dragons just fall out the sky. And immediately she's like, "Did that just happen?" She's like, "Ah!" She runs away. Okay. Then Blossom once again was like, "Oh, I wish I could just throw this and get, like, you know, Dragon Hunter or Slayer or something." He's like, Flio was like, "Wanna try it?" And she does. She goes, "Boo!" And he goes, "Magic enhancement," and it cuts through the dragon. And she does. She's like, "Oh shit!" She's like, "I got the Dragon Slayer." Like, just funny moment after funny moment. I felt that this episode was just like, it was just on another level. Like, it was just hitting. Like, maybe I was in that mood or something. Like, maybe I'm just like, you know how like the mood you're in will always impact your enjoyment of a show at that time and place. Like, anybody who says it doesn't, it's a lie. Like, depending on the mood you're in that day or whatever, like, but it was just hitting over and over again. And then on top of everything else, we have the Demon King, right? The Dark One, who was watching over all of this occurring and all of this happening. And he was like, "I gotta go." So you can tell he's about to go investigate himself, and who knows what's gonna happen from there on. But I just thought that was just funny moment after funny moment. And then I haven't even touched on 𝐜𝐴's cooking and her blowing up a cooking class, and Flio getting closer to Balarosa as they were cooking together. And like, all of those different scenes were just really, really funny. So going back though, I like how Flio again has organized this group of girls. You know, obviously he has 𝐜𝐴, who's his betrothed and everything else. But then we have Balarosa and the purple hair girl and Blossom, and I think there's one more, the Archer girl. And although they're adventurers, I like how they're just like housewives in a sense. You know what I mean? Like glorified housewives. I like how they're like perfectly chill, which is like, yo, this is cool. You know what I mean? Like, we'll trade, but like, yo, I'll attend to my garden and all this other stuff. Like, it's really, really funny. And I like how they made peace with Reese being a demon and everything else as well, and all the other stuff. Like, this episode was just really, really good. The only thing I didn't like about the episode was just the beginning when Fleo woke up next to when Banana, when he woke up next to Reese, and he had the virgin reaction thing. And I was thinking through, when that moment happened, I was like, man, I really hate when this happens in anime. And I was thinking, I was like, you know what? Every manhwa, or donghua that I've read that has a female main character, and when she has to share, when something happens with the prince or a duke or a mage, because typically if you read those kinds of stories, they usually involve a duke or, the demon lord or something. But usually when they spend their marriage night or something, like usually something happens. They usually don't have the same react. But when it's a male main character, they always have the virgin, like, oh, we can't spend together. I can't touch you. There's steps involved. It's always like so weird. So that's the one thing I don't like about the show. But I threw that away, and I was like, this show is just freaking funny. And I had a really good time watching this episode. So let me know your guys' thoughts. If you hate it, love it. If you didn't find it funny, let me know all those. Let me know your truth in the comments below. And I'll see you guys next week for episode number 4. Number 4. I had to click on the page. I was like, number 5, number 4. Number 4. See you next week. Peace out, my friends.